Peace and love. It's good to be here again. Today I'm going to do a reading for the Libra energy, and we're going to use two decks. One I just unboxed on my channel, the Mystical Forest, okay? And then also the El Camino Oracle, A Ancestral Wisdom for the Journey by Sabina Espinette, written and illustrated. I did another unboxing on my channel by her, and it's the auspicious symbols. And so we'll pull this energy at the end, right? So let's get started. So first we'll do career. Spirit, what messages do you have for us today when it comes to our careers? Thank you, angels, for your protection. Thank you, ancestors, for your guidance. What messages do you have for us today for our Libras? And I'm a Libra as well. So I'll try to start doing a Libra reading at least once a month on my channel for those who tap into the Libra energy. So this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm a Libra Sun. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So we have witchcraft, and then we have diversity, and then underneath it we have protection. So Spirit is saying that we are protected when it comes to our careers. We're protected when it comes as we're moving forward into our new visions here with the journey. And then underneath it we have trickster. So be careful of dealing with those who don't have your best interests at heart. Be careful of negative environments when it comes to our careers, so negative workplaces, people who doubt you, people who don't allow your creativity to shine forth, or if you're in an environment where you can't be yourself, okay, where you have to hide pieces of yourself. That's the trickster energy here. When if your efforts aren't recognized, that's trickster energy as well. So making sure that we're in the right environments. This witchcraft card, I don't know. For some, it could be witchcraft. Okay, it could be craft, and I don't mean in a negative sense, not of a dark art sense. This is indigenous energy with this deck. So this is ancestral practice, working with your ancestors. Okay, working with traditional practice, traditional ways, whatever that might mean for you. So this is a positive energy for me, even though those may make it seem like it's negative. But this is doing anything that's related to ancestral work, that's related to who you are at the foundation, at the root. This also deals with working with your guides, with your spirit guides, making sure that your work, or that they're at the forefront of your work, or that they have a part to play in the work that you do on the physical planet, all right? Diversity. Maybe you're working in diverse environments with different people, different languages, different ideas, different cultures. But also, diversity for me means you might not do just one thing. Maybe you do multiple things. And Spirit is saying that's how you create that body of work that you're trying to do, by doing multiple things. So not just going to your 9 to 5, but also nurturing your creative abilities. Maybe you write on the side, maybe you paint, maybe you, whatever the case may be, making sure that you're nurturing those things and that you're bringing that into the forefront of what you do as well. So diversity is doing more than one thing. Spirit is saying that you're protected in it. Let's get one more. Also, with the nap card, taking it easy. For some of us, we need to rest our bodies and rest our minds. But also the work that we do should be nurturing to the spirit. We shouldn't feel rushed. We shouldn't feel anxious. Do those things happen? Yes. Will they happen no matter the type of work? At times they will. But ultimately, if we are doing the work that we are supposed to do, if we are working within our purpose, it should be somewhat of a relaxed energy. Okay? It should feel good, right? We should feel as though we are moving in tandem with spirit, not fighting against it. So if we're fighting against energies here, that's the opposite of this nap energy with the sloth. We need to take our time and The work should allow us to take our time as well. All right, so let's see. Give me a few cards, Spirit. Thank you. For some of us, we're spiritual workers, tarot readers, card readers, oracle readers, Reiki healers, massage therapists, anything that brings healing to others here with this witchcraft card. This witchcraft card is also calling to me, whatever your craft is, that you are mastering it. So you're a master of your craft, whatever that may be. Okay. All right, so the Fool. So a new journey. So it's time to leave situations from the past. We saw that earlier with that trickster energy, and we see it here with the Journey card. Okay. Leaving energies from the past, moving into a new way of being. Let's see what else we have. Three of Cups. Allowing our ancestors to celebrate with us, okay? The Three of Cups is ancestral celebration for me, but it's also being in environments where you celebrate others and they celebrate you as well. So if you're not celebrating people and they're not celebrating you in your work environment, then it's time to move on. So ultimately, allowing ourselves to be guided with the star energy, moving towards what success means for us. And then on the bottom, we have the Queen of Cups. So making sure that not only we're nurturing ourselves, the Queen of Cups, but that we're able to nurture others, that we're able to allow our intuition to be at the forefront of whatever decision that we make when it comes to our careers, when it comes to our lives. Being able to harness that softer energy of the Queen of Cups, okay? And the success comes from that vulnerability. So making sure that we're in environments where we feel nurtured and where there's no harshness, no harsh energy, because we won't be able to create in those spaces. Protecting ourselves as well. Messages coming in, visions coming in, ideas coming in with the Page of Swords. Whatever ideas you're getting, whatever messages, write those things down. Write those things down because they can be beneficial to your movement forward. Tell me about the witchcraft energy, Spirit. This energy also helps us deal with trickster. This is how you deal with trickster energy here. All right, so the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups. So dealing with sorrow, dealing with loss, with the Five of Cups energy. That's why we have the Fool out on the table, walking away from this energy, walking away towards that Two of Cups, towards that vision that we have for ourselves, towards those equal and loving and nourishing partnerships with the Two of Cups. Knight of Swords. So maybe at work we're dealing with harsh energies, harsh people. It could be anything. Harsh directives. Things that aren't necessarily meant for us. But then also the Knight of Swords means that you have to have this energy as well, especially if you're dealing with tricksters. So speak your truth and speak it with fierceness and be steadfast in your beliefs. All right? Don't allow people to treat you or talk to you or talk about you any kind of way. Make sure that you are standing on both feet, okay? Let's see here, and the Emperor. So this is what we're moving into. We're moving into a period where we have full control over our work, over our vision with the Emperor energy. We also can be dealing with rigid structures as well. So because we have this nap energy on the table, This energy doesn't do well with rigid structures, okay? It should be a relaxed energy to it. So if you're in an environment and you're dealing with structures that are too rigid and they're not movable and your creativity can't shine through, then it's something that you need to change with that full energy. It's time to move and walk away from it to something more rewarding. Let's get one more for career. And then we'll do a spiritual love as well. And this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So protection again and success. So ultimately, it will be success. Okay? Whatever you're working on, wherever you're moving, whatever you're moving towards, as long as you're allowing your intuition to guide, your ancestors to be a part of it, your spirit team to be a part of it, there's going to be success in the work. Okay? Spirit is saying that you're protected. You could be moving away from a situation that had a lot of heavy energy with that Five of Cups. All right? So we want to move away from that, the energy of grief and despair. Dealing with people like this who only see the negative side of things. We want to move from those type of connections. All right, so let's do a quick love. All right, we'll do the same cards. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for us when it comes to love as we move into December and then into the new year? For those of us who are single and looking for love, for those of us who are trying to have and then light some things, light will be shed on a situation. For those of us who are trying to find greater love for ourselves, okay? Because ultimately, that's the truest form of love, is love for self. But as we're moving into connections, as we're meeting people and expanding our horizons, what messages do you have for us when it comes to love? And even for those in partnerships, what messages do you have? Let's see. Spirit, thank you. Cards are getting wild. All right, so we have luck here. All right, this is an interesting symbol. But there will be luck and love for some of us. Okay, there's happiness around the corner. Let's see what else we have. Keepsake. So for me, this just reminds us to continue to have faith. Don't give up hope. Don't give up the idea that there can be luck, the idea that there can be love or relationship out there waiting for you, or that you can manifest that perfect vision that you have for yourself, or that you can work on loving yourself the way that you want to. Okay, this is a continuous process. But continue to have faith. Continue to put spirit at the forefront of everything that you do. So we just realized that when it comes to career, but also when it comes to your love relationships. All right, we're asking our ancestors to guide us into that perfect connection as well. That perfect connection with someone else, but also ultimately before that, the perfect connection with ourselves. And so angels, maybe I haven't met anybody right here and right now, okay? But bring something or move me in the direction where I'm going to the love of my life, or the love that is meant for me spiritually. So we talk about spiritual love on this channel. This is love that allows us to ascend. It's love that doesn't weigh us down with 10 of wands or heavy energy. We're not looking to carry the burdens of others. When we come into a love connection that's a spiritual connection, we both are on a mission together to heal ourselves and to heal others. And so if anything, we're lighting each other's load, okay? We're not piling bricks and logs onto it. So the idea is to lighten the load. Will there be struggles along the way? Of course, we're human. We're spirit and human body. And so those things will always be there. All right, so dance. Coming into connection with someone who there's a sense of reciprocity. These two people, they're dancing because they love to dance, because it brings them vitality, energy, but also they're in sync when they're dancing. Okay, you can see the way they're standing. They're in sync in the way they're looking at each other. They love doing this together. So this is the coming together of two people who love doing something together, some type of spiritual work, or just connecting, talking, communicating, those things. That's the reciprocal energy. The give and take is equal. All right. If you have one person that's giving more than the other, somebody's out to lunch and somebody's giving all they can, and somebody's absorbing that energy and they're taking it, and it leaves the other person depleted. But then the other person is false as well. Okay. So this is energy of equality with this dance. And then on the bottom, we have food. So coming connections with those that bring nourishment to our lives with the food energy. Healing energy with the food. That's it. All right, angels, what messages do you have for us with love? This is a very masculine looking symbol to me. So could have heavy masculine energy in this reading, or you'll come across somebody with heavy masculine energy, or it'll be a powerful sexual connection too with this reading. I get that as well. Let's see, Spirit, thank you. Give me a message. Angels, thank you. How do we move into this nourishing partnership? Spirit is saying it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. We have the Knight of Pentacles. It takes time. The Knight of Pentacles deals with anything that takes time, okay? But it's coming. It's moving. It's moving at its pace because that's the pace it has to move at. Maybe lessons have to be learned. Things have to be integrated, okay? But things are happening even though you don't see it. Things are moving with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. So we have two different energies. These are opposites. So these could be opposite attract type of people when it comes to the energy, because we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a slower moving energy. Somebody that likes to take their time. Somebody that likes to plan, look ahead. There's no rush. All right. If we're looking at that sloth energy early with nap, that's the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody that's planning and moving forward, but they want to make sure that they get everything just right. And then we have the Knight of Swords energy who wants to rush in, okay? The Knight of Swords can sometimes find themselves in trouble because they're moving too quickly without thinking, okay? And the swords, of course, are an energy of thought, an energy of the mind. But the Knight of Swords, sometimes that harshness and that brashness and that rashness causes disruption. So you want to be careful of those. If these are both your energies, you need to balance it. If these are two energies of two people. And then the Knight of Wands. So maybe there's some things here that you have to overcome here with the Knight of Wands energy. Some barriers, but also some lessons that need to be learned. Some healing that still needs to be done, which is a beautiful thing. I think when we talk about being patient when it comes to healing, people don't like to hear things like that. But that's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing to focus in on your healing. That should be commended. Everybody should be doing that, right? It should be that popular. But this is an energy of being patient with the Nine of Wands, standing your ground as well. Standing your ground. This also comes to my mind when we're thinking about relationships, making sure that you are saying what you're looking for in a relationship, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and being strong in that belief, having faith that will come forward for you in time. Five of Cups. So maybe dealing with loss, maybe dealing with connections that didn't pan out the way you wanted them to, but they were all a part of the lessons, all a part of the growth. Having patience as you move towards the Two of Cups that's still there, right? While you're waiting for the Two of Cups to arrive when it comes to a relationship with someone else, focus on the Two of Cups within the spirit, within the self, within the heart. And the Tower. So when it comes, spirit friends, when it comes, it's going to hit you. It's going to be just that serious because it's two people coming together for spiritual means, two people coming together to build a new foundation, obviously with the Tower card, and two people coming together for a mission that's been ordained by the Most High. And so that's that Tower energy. when you meet that reciprocal energy, that energy of equality. Also, with the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Emperor here in the bottom and the King of Wands, making sure that you're going into a connection that allows you to be vulnerable, that you feel safe, that you feel protected by this energy of the Emperor. Making sure that this energy is the correct type of Emperor too. The Emperor and the Knight of Swords, not so much. But the energy of the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles, yes. Okay? We don't want to find ourselves in rigid connections where we can't be free, where we can't be creative, where we can't flow properly. Because the Queen of Cups has to flow. Her gift and her nature is that of a river or an ocean. She's constantly flowing, constantly moving spiritually. It's how she divines, it's how she utilizes and shares her gifts through that flowing water. And so if she's in a connection where it's going to be a blockage, where it's going to be rigid, and where it's going to be too much control, there won't be any freedom there, and it's going to be the Five of Cups. It's going to be the Five of Cups. Okay. Let's get one card from the auspicious symbols. I love this deck. I did take this one out, though. The Sri Yantra. Use sacred geometry to connect to higher inspiration and peace. I never really connect with this card, but I'm going to put it back in there. This card just almost always makes me think about somebody being stuck inside of a box. But, you know, I'm still going to put it back into the deck. Let's see. Let's get a reading for Libras as we head into December. And ultimately, as we start thinking about the new year, we're going to do two. Let's do one for career. Spirit says there'll be success when it comes to our career. Let's do one. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's do one. All right. So we have the fortune cookie. Follow what leads you. So ingest the sweet and helpful advice that is placed in front of you. There you go. All right, so let's do one for love. Give us a message for love, Spirit, as we're coming into union with someone else, as we're looking for a greater union with the self. Greater connection with our spirit guides, greater connection with the Most High. Let's see. All right. Omamori. It says, use the gift of Omamori to offer your prayers and intentions to the universe. So kind of what we were saying earlier, things you don't see it now. All right? Focus on the healing. Focus on that energy of healing the self. Focus on that energy of coming into union with the self, loving yourself fully, flaws and all, everything. And then with that Nine of Wands energy, standing up for what you believe in, knowing who you are, knowing how powerful you are, and saying, Spirit, I accept nothing less than what you have for me. That's all I want. What you have for me and what you have for the vision for me. So what's going to allow me to ascend? What's going to allow me to do my works fully? What's going to allow me to be vulnerable? What's going to allow my intuition to shine and to blossom and to grow? That's what I want. I'm looking for equality and partnership. I'm looking for reciprocal energy. And I'll wait and I'll be patient. I'll be patient. And on the bottom, we have the lotus. Let go of challenges. It's time to bloom. So the Fool energy, leaving work connections that are harmful to our spirits. The Five of Cups energy, moving away from sorrowful connections. Nine of Wands, standing up for ourselves and what we believe in. And then on the bottom, the runes. Look for inspiration, validation, and messages through written words and symbols. All right. Have a beautiful week. Peace. Oh, hold on, so you can see.